The air, in ironclad fitness, reeked, a potent cocktail of stale sweat, cheap-ass cologne struggling to mask BO, and the raw, desperate stink of unfulfilled ambition. It was Tuesday, leg day, the seventh circle of gym hell. The usual freaks were out in force, roided-up gorillas grunting like they were giving birth to a rusty engine block. Skinny bastards desperately trying to pump up their pipe cleaner arms, and the women, mostly avoiding eye contact, lost in the monotonous drone of the treadmills, probably fantasizing about kale smoothies and yoga retreats. Then Fiona Bruce strolled in, and the whole damn place tilted on its axis. Not that Fiona Bruce, the one who fondles dusty antiques on TV. This Fiona was a goddamn revelation, a goddamn goddess. Yeah, she had some miles on the clock, but she radiated a force field of pure, unadulterated feminine power. Her silver hair was pulled back tight, accentuating cheekbones sharp enough to cut glass, and eyes that held a lifetime of stories, some sweet, some savage, all compelling. She was rocking a simple black tank and leggings, but on her they clung like a second skin, highlighting every curve, every ripple of muscle. It was like seeing a goddamn Michelangelo sculpture come to life. And her body, Jesus, it was a goddamn masterpiece, a symphony of sculpted muscle and elegant curves. It was clear she knew her way around a weight rack, and then some. A hush fell over the gym, thick enough to choke on. The gorilla grunts died in their throats. The treadmills slowed to a crawl. Even the meatheads, juiced to the gills and usually oblivious to anything but their own bulging biceps, paused mid-rep, their jaws hanging open like slack-jawed yokels. Fiona didn't give a damn about the gawking. She moved with a quiet, predatory confidence, like a panther stalking its prey. She headed straight for the squat rack, her hips swaying just enough to drive the skinny guys to the brink of spontaneous combustion. The usual squat rack hog, a behemoth named Tony, who looked like he'd been carved from granite and injected with testosterone, was about to throw a hissy fit. He was gearing up for his usual territorial display, puffing out his chest and preparing to roar, when Fiona simply raised a single, perfectly sculpted eyebrow. Tony swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing like a yo-yo. He mumbled something about needing to re-rack some weights and scurried away like a frightened rat. The man was terrified. Fiona loaded the bar, heavy, more than Tony usually lifted, and probably more than half the gym combined. She took a deep breath, her muscles flexing and coiling under her skin like living things. She gripped the bar tight, her knuckles white. Then she began. Each squat was a testament to her raw, untamed power. Her movements were fluid, controlled, almost balletic, but with an undercurrent of primal force. The bar, heavy as it was, seemed to float on her back, a mere extension of her will. Sweat beaded on her forehead, glistening in the harsh fluorescent light, tracing the contours of her magnificent body. Her breath came in sharp, urgent gasps, each one a little moan that sent shivers down the spines of everyone watching. The gym was mesmerized, utterly captivated. The skinny guys abandoned their pathetic bicep curls, their dreams of instant gains dissolving in the face of Fiona's reality. The women abandoned their treadmills, drawn in by the sheer magnetism of Fiona's display, suddenly aware of their own shortcomings. Even Tony, from his safe distance near the water fountain, watched with a mixture of awe, fear, and a healthy dose of lust. She finished her set, re-racked the weight with a clang that echoed through the gym like a goddamn thunderclap, and turned to face her audience. A faint, almost predatory smile played on her lips, hinting at the wildness that lay beneath the surface. "Anyone need a spot?" she asked, her voice husky and laced with a subtle, almost dangerous allure. It was the kind of voice that could make a saint confess his sins. The silence stretched, thick with anticipation. Then, a skinny guy, emboldened by Fiona's presence and fueled by a sudden surge of testosterone, raised his hand. I could use some help with my bench press." Fiona nodded, her eyes locking onto his. "All right, let's see what you've got." And just like that, the spell was broken. The gym came back to life, but it was different now. Fiona's presence had injected a new energy, a new urgency, a raw electric charge that crackled in the air. Everyone, even Tony, seemed to be pushing themselves harder, striving to reach the impossible standard set by the woman who had walked in, and with her intense femininity and superb physique, redefined what it meant to be strong. Ironclad Fitness had found its queen, and she was just getting started, ready to whip the whole damn place into shape, one squat, one rep, one suggestive glance at a time.